bom dia a todos. Sejam muito bem-vindos a mais um evento da ENS, a sua Escola de Negócios e Seguros. E como de costumes, vou ler o disclaimer para que nós possamos iniciar o evento. Ao iniciar a transmissão, ressaltamos que os presentes concordaram em participar de forma espontânea e, com isso, autorizam o uso da sua imagem, que ficará disponível posteriormente nos canais oficiais da ENS. Informamos ainda que as manifestações expressas pelos colaboradores da ANS e seus convidados representam exclusivamente suas opiniões e não necessariamente a posição institucional da escola. E para darmos prosseguimento ao evento, convido o Ronny Martins, nosso gerente de produtos, para que ele possa fazer a abertura formal do evento. Esse também será o mediador. Rony.
Thank you very much, Marco. My name is Ronny Martins. Welcome to our live, where we are going to talk about our course, English for Insurance Professionals. We understand that the English language is very important for any professional, and it's no different for those in the insurance industry. That's why ENS or ENS offers this course since 2019 with improvements in each edition. We are going to do this in English. You might be asking why. First, because we believe practice is everything regarding to language learning. Second, because it's a way to you to check how the classes are going to be in real life. For those who the English language knowledge is not enough to fully understand us today, this live will be soon on our YouTube channel with subtitles. Our guest today is Patricia Russo. She's an insurance professional, English teacher, and certified specialist in translation, interpreting, and insurance terminology. She was also responsible for the redesign of our course, very carefully planned for ENS, especially for the Brazilian insurance market. She will also be teaching in 2 levels, intermediate and upper intermediate. With no further ado, Patricia, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's our pleasure. Likewise, Patricia. To start, I would like to ask you to introduce yourself and talk about your experience in insurance.
Yes, of course. So again, thank you so much for having me here today. Good morning, everyone. Like Rony said, my name is Patricia Russo. I started my career in insurance back in 2011. I was working at JLT, former JLT. I worked there for almost 6 years, and I was there as a reinsurance broker. After that, I had the opportunity of moving to the US, and I lived there for a little over 5 years. At the time, I was working at AIG, also in their reinsurance department. And while I lived there, I had a certification as an associate in reinsurance. And after a little over 5 years, my family and we moved back to Brazil, and I went on to work at Latin Re. I was the head of the aviation and marine divisions there, and I stayed there for almost 2 years, a little over 2 years actually. And then I decided to leave to start my company, CLS, which is focused on preparing professionals and teaching English, especially to insurance professionals. So I think that's pretty much how my career in insurance happened.
It is very interesting career, an international career. Congratulations, Patricia.
Thank you.
On top of that, you also have technical training as an English teacher, which is very important in this case. Tell us about your experience, please, regarding to English teaching.
Yes. So my bachelor's degree, so my degree, my university degree is very closely related to education because I have a degree in translation and interpretation in English. So I think all my life I worked. I was working in insurance, but I was also working as a teacher. So I have worked in language centers. While I was living in the US, I also got a certification which is called CELTA, which certifies me to teach English to adults. It is a Cambridge certification. It was a very nice experience because I also had the chance to teach foreigners there during this time, so it was very, very special. uh, I taught it, like I said, I taught at language centers, private students. So I always had this passion for teaching, for education. This is something that I really love doing. I got another Cambridge certification, which is the C2 proficiency. This one testifies that I am proficient in English. So combining my experience as a teacher and also these certifications. So I think that's how uh, I felt this passion for education, and yeah, I think that's it. I think that's how I got into the education area as well.
Oh, that's perfect. It's the experience we need. You know insurance and you know English, which is very rare in our market. So let's move on to the course itself.
Okay.
We challenge you to redesign this course. Was it fun? Was it difficult? Did you enjoy it? How was that?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it was challenging because when we talk about insurance, it is such a broad field. So you can talk about so many different aspects. So it was a bit challenging to decide which ones would be more relevant to the course, which ones would cover most most professionals, so that it is an interesting course for them. So I think that was the challenging part, but I enjoyed it very much. I love writing materials. This is something that I'm truly passionate about, and that's something that I really wanted to do, really. So when you guys came to me and asked me to redesign this course, I thought it was a challenge. That you were giving me a challenging opportunity, but I was really excited, and I really hope the students and the participants of this course can enjoy and can learn different aspects of insurance, different terminology. I really hope they can appreciate it.
Yes, we could see your enthusiasm, and it was very good for us to see you developing the material. It's very well done. Thank you very much
Thank
for that.
you.
We do appreciate that, and we are now all excited to know about the contents of the course, of course. So, can you tell us more about and highlight the new features of the course?
Yes. So, like you mentioned in the beginning, there are two different levels. So, we have the upper intermediate level and the intermediate level. The structure of both courses, the structure is the same. So, it's structured as 16 lessons, which means 16 weeks. So, every week we will focus on a different aspect of insurance. So, there are several topics. So we have different lines of business in insurance. We talk about the challenges that the industry is facing. We talk about the future of insurance. um, we're going to cover a lot of aspects, and I'm sure the participants can see all the topics in the website as well. So we're going to cover a lot of lines of business. I think that's really interesting because a lot of people can relate to that. uh, but one thing that I want to highlight that I think it's very important is that even if a particular topic is not that relevant to that person, to that professional, if they look at it and they say, "Oh, this is not really related to what I do right now," but even so, we are going to discuss insurance terminology, which is very similar in many aspects, in many areas, and we're going to focus on communication. So that was when we talked, that was really what I wanted to focus on this course, communication, because I think that's the most important part. So we are going to learn specific terminology, but also we're going to use this terminology and all the skills that we're going to practice during the classes, they will always be real world communication. So we're going to have a lot of situations. We're going to discuss a lot of different situations. We're going to look at um, materials that I got from news, from videos, and everything that is really relevant and updated. So everything is things that is happening right now in the industry. So I think it's going to be very valuable for everyone who participates. So that was my main focus, focusing on communication and focusing on expanding the horizon, expanding the topics so that it could cover a lot of different areas.
Yes, well, as I said before, Patricia, it was really very well planned. We loved the material, and thank you so much for that. For those who are listening to us now, please leave your doubts on the chat box, because we are here to talk about the course, and this is the opportunity for you to talk to the teacher and to the person that made the course. So this is a very good opportunity for you to leave your doubts. Uh, no doubt that, as you said, Patricia, that this knowledge, the English knowledge, will be of great value to anyone in the insurance industry. Well, we've been faster than I thought, so please, people, leave your doubts if you have any. But as a final thought to our audience, I would like to know, in your view, on how this course could add up to our students' careers.
I think I can speak from my own perspective and from my own life, honestly, because when I started in insurance back in 2011, which is a long time ago, when I started it, the only reason why I got the job at JLT was because I knew English, because I spoke English fluently. And I'm saying this because when I started there, I was actually the director's assistant. So I was assisting the directors with their schedules, with their flights, their itineraries. That was pretty much what I was doing at the time. But I had a little free time during because the directors, they traveled all the time. So I started talking to the managers and I said, "Oh, I have a degree in translation. Do you need any help? Can I help you with that?" And they were super busy, so of course they accepted my offer. So I started helping them translating documents and assisting them in any way they needed. And then after a few months only, they had an opportunity in one of the departments, and they invited me to join the team. I didn't even know, to be honest. I had no idea what reinsurance was, and I started working in reinsurance at the time because I knew English. So English has opened so many doors in my life. And then I moved to the US, and this was also an opportunity that I did not see it coming. So sometimes we don't know when the opportunity is going to present itself. So we need to be prepared. Uh, and I always say that education is always the best investment that we can we're never going to regret. So education is an investment that we never regret. I truly believe that, and that's something that I apply even in my house with my kids. So in this market, in the insurance industry, there are so many international companies, and even if you don't think about moving, if you don't think about working in another country, that's not a problem. In Brazil, there are so many opportunities, but if you go and if you try to see the requirements for the good opportunities, almost always you will see the requirement for English. So people need to know English in our industry. If you want to move ahead, if you want to get a promotion, if you want to uh, travel, if you want to have different opportunities, English is, I have no doubt when I say that English can truly transform your career. So uh, if you want to stay here, if you want to move to a different country, if you want to have different opportunities, learn English, speak English, and not only that, oh, I can speak a little English. No, just focus on that. Speak English, study, and dedicate yourself, and I'm sure you will not regret. So that's something that I really believe, honestly.
And I agree with you 100%, Patricia. It happened the same to me, because English was very important for me in my career as well. Now
Hmm.
here at ANS or ENS, I never know how to say that. We speak in English, so the acronym is in Portuguese, whatever. But English was very important to me. I was working here at ANS, and I found the opportunity to join Maria Luisa Martins, that was then responsible for the international partnerships. And because I was able to speak English in another way, I wouldn't be able to help her. And now I'm the head of this area as well. And we do so many interesting things regarding international programs here at NS. We have a question from the audience. Flavio Pires is asking, if you are going to use during the classes operations and claims terminology.
Yes, we are. There is actually one class that is fully dedicated. We're going to cover both in that same class. We're going to cover both claims and underwriting. So we're going to have some claims terminology being taught there, and this one is a lesson that I prepared because I thought it was very nice. The way that I prepared, because I focus on the communication focus on that lesson is talking about how to communicate difficult decisions. And sometimes when you work with claims, when you work in claims, you really have to communicate some difficult decisions. Sometimes a claim is going to be denied, and it's hard sometimes to explain that. So this is a very special class for me because I really loved preparing it. So yes, we are going to cover that in our course.
There was actually another question from Flavio Pires, and it's regarding terminology as well. And yes, Flavio, the course is focused basically on terminology. So Patricia is going to help you not only with grammar and preparing you to speak better English in professional situations, but the main purpose of this course is to teach you the insurance terminology in all the different lines. Correct,
Hmm.
Patricia?
Yes, yes, perfect. That's it.
Jaume is congratulating us for the live. Thank you very much for joining us. Yes, we have all the information about this course on our website. You can check on the link that someone is going to put on the chat box as well. So let me see. Yeah, Flavio is asking about the course, the information, the dates, and everything. We have all the information on our website. And Patricia, I relate very much to what you said about your career in English, in insurance, because of your knowledge of the English language. It happens a lot because it's very difficult to find a professional in Brazil that is
It is.
able to speak English and know insurance. Apparently,
Yes.
these are two very different things, and people are not
Mm-hmm.
able to do the two things at the same time. So this is the opportunity. I'm sure you agree with me, Patricia.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
understand that the person that is going to join this course is already able to speak English in a intermediate level, but the insurance vocabulary and the terminology, which are really challenging for those who speak Portuguese because the terms sometimes are very different.
Mm-hmm.
All these subjects are going to be covered during the course, correct, Patricia?
Yes, correct. And just to complement a little bit on what you said, uh, I agree. It is very difficult to find professionals who can speak English fluently or even an advanced level nowadays. It's very hard. I remember because when I was in the insurance market, we always had positions open, and English was a top requirement. And sometimes we had to interview a lot of people in order to hire someone, because English was it was very hard to find people who could really speak English clearly. So, and I know that I worked in insurance for so many years, so I know that everybody's so busy, everybody's doing a lot of things at the same time. I completely relate to that. I understand because I lived that, so I know that that's true. It's hard to focus on something else than our jobs, but this is something that I really believe people should do for their careers, thinking about themselves, about their future, because it really opens doors. So I think it's something that's it has to some at some point you're going to need it. So this is the time.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm curious about your story because you knew English very well when you started in the insurance industry.
Yes.
How was that for you to familiarize yourself with the insurance vocabulary? Was it difficult? How did you do that back then? Because now we have the English for Insurance Professionals course, but back then there wasn't. How did you do that?
Yeah, there wasn't. So it was not easy because sometimes so when I joined JLT, of course I had no idea that I was going to start working in the reinsurance department. I thought it was just going to be I was just going to be the director's assistant. uh, but so when I started, I remember that when they offered me the position, I said, I don't know anything about insurance. How can I do this? And they said, no, that's okay. We're here. We're going to help you. You have already been helping us, so don't worry. We're going to help you all the time, so don't worry. But when I started, it was very challenging because, especially in reinsurance, I think pretty much all communication is in English. So it was challenging, very challenging in the beginning because we do have specific terminology. We do have, so I was learning a new field in English. So this is also very challenging. So I think it wasn't easy at the beginning. It took some time, but then once you learn it, it becomes so natural that you get used to the language. Like we always say, this is a terminology. So once you get used to the terminology, it gets better. It gets much better, honestly.
Okay, so that's the opportunity for those who can speak intermediate or upper intermediate English and
Hmm.
are at our industry or willing to be in our
Yeah.
industry. It's a great opportunity to join this course. I
Hmm.
understand that we have all the information on our website, as I said before. So, Patricia, we've been quicker than I thought. I think we gave lots of important information for those interested. Robinson is saying excellent. Thank you very much, Robinson. For those who are interested, please check on our website or contact us through the link provided. Thank you very much, Patricia, for your time. Hopefully,
Thank
we are going to be
you.
soon together at the first dates during the course. And we are here to provide you any information about the course. Patricia, if you have anything else to tell us, please, it's on you.
No, just thank you so much for the opportunity of redesigning the course. It was a pleasure to work with ENS. You guys are the best in the industry, so it is very I feel so honored to work with the best. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and everyone who's watching the live. I hope to see you soon in our course, and I hope you enjoy it. And one thing that I always say is that I'm very open to everyone. So if you have any questions, any problems as well, you can always ask me. And even during the course, you will have my contact information. So if you need any assistance in anything, you guys can always count on me. So that's it. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you soon.
Thank you very much, and thank you, all the audience. Goodbye, and see you soon.
Thank you.